Hi there, guys. We're going to talk about the elimination method for solving systems of equations. We've already learned how to graph. We've learned using the substitution method, and now we're going to use elimination. And elimination does use a little bit of substitution, but we're going to start with the elimination method here first. So what it means is that we're going to eliminate one of the variables, the x or the y. What are we looking for? If it's ready to eliminate, we have a variable that matches, and one is positive, one is negative. So you might, for example, see 3y and negative 3y. Because if I add 3y plus negative 3y, I'm going to get 0y. So what I'm going for is to eliminate 1 and get it to 0. So if you take a look here, x and x are positive, but 1y and 1y here, one's positive, one's negative, so we can eliminate. So what we're essentially doing is we are going to add these expressions. 1x plus 1x is going to give us 2x. 1 positive y plus 1 negative y is going to be 0y. He has been eliminated. 4 plus negative 10 is going to give us negative 6. Now we can solve this simple equation with dividing by 2, and x is negative 3. Now that I have that answer, I can substitute x as negative 3 into either one of my equations and solve for the other value. So x being negative 3, I'm going to choose the top one, plus y equals 4. I'm going to add 3 to both sides to eliminate the 3, and y equals 7. Now we have both of our answers. So let's take a look at another. We have a positive x, negative y, and positive y. So this is the one I want to eliminate. Same kind of example as the first one. 1x plus 1x is 2x. Positive 1 plus negative 1 is 0, and so the y has been eliminated. 13 plus negative 3 is 10, and we can solve this to get x is 5. Again, substitute the 5 back into one of your equations, such as 5 plus y equals 13. If I use the top, go ahead and subtract 5, and y equals 8. So we've got our answer. All right, let's take a look at one more that is ready to go. We have a positive 2x and a negative 2x. That's what I'm looking for, is something that will eliminate itself. So we have positive 2x plus negative 2x is 0x. I don't even need to write it. Positive 3y plus the negative, or total it up with negative 5y, is negative 2y. 8 and negative 4 totals to 4. Divide by negative 2, and we have y equals negative 2. Now this time when I substitute it in, I'm placing it in where the y value is. So let's choose that top one. 2x plus 3, my substitute for y, negative 4. And my substitute is negative 2. This makes negative 6. Now we can move the 6 over with a plus 6. That gives us positive 2 equals 2x. And we'll divide by 2, and we get x equals 1. Okay, let's look at another. All right, let's take a look. What if we have some matching coefficient numbers, but they're not the same? They're not one positive, one negative. Either they're both positive or they're both negative. So here'd be an example. We have 2y and 2y. They're both positive though. So here's what I need to do. I need to make one of those be negative. So I'm going to choose this whole expression, this whole equation, and we'll multiply it by negative 1. 5 times negative 1. 2y times negative 1. Negative 3 times negative 1. Now I can use this and this to use elimination method. 2y plus negative 2y is 0y. It's eliminated. 3x and negative 5x is negative 2x. And now we have 7, and positive 3 is 10. I'm going to divide by negative 2. And now we have x equals negative 5. So then I would substitute that back in to one of my two equations to get my y value. And for this purpose of the video, I'm just going to move on to the next. So we don't have a match with our y's, because this is 9, this is 1. But here we have 1 and 1, and they're both positive at the moment. So let's make one of these negative. So I'm going to multiply by negative 1. I'm just going to choose this one. So negative 1 times 1x, negative 1x. Positive 1y times negative 1, negative 1y. And negative 1 times 6, negative 6. So now we are ready to use that top and this one. So we have 1x plus negative 1x. They are eliminated. Positive 9 and negative 1, positive 8. And we have 54 positive plus negative 6. That's going to give us